rich millionaire with old friends. A phone call, a letter, or just a pat on the back. Just drop by to say, how you doing? Looking back. A hand to help me up, a loan to see me through, a song or a story, even a little rose from the florist will do. A special note I happen to send somehow, just out of the blue, you tell me you're still my friend. Old friend. Priceless treasure. Old friends, like a rare piece of gold. My old friends, makes a break to grow old. Old friends, through it all I will hold. Old friend. Now God must have known there'd be days on our own you would lose the will to go on. That's why He sent friends like you along. Always been there, my old friends. We've had more than our share of old friends. I'm a rich millionaire with old friends. Do I get a kiss?
It's just such a privilege to be here. Auntie Val has been such a blessing in my life. From when I was very small, I would say, what always comes to my mind is the soldier of the cross. Always think of Caleb in the Bible, I always think of her together. I just want to say how much I love you, what a testimony you are. Keep holding on. He knows your name. You are so precious to Him.
Amen.
And yeah, we love you so much. There's so much I could say, but yeah, you just always when I was just little, I remember sitting in our granddad's house just by the heater there, and you were just talking to me just about just your love for the Lord and your testimonies, and it's always stayed with me my whole life. I just always wanted to be like you and a person who prays. It's just like I know so many things have happened in the spiritual world because of your prayers. And I have not a doubt in my heart. And even for in my own life, I know things have happened because of your prayers. And never get discouraged because He's with you.
Amen.
We love you so much. God bless you.
Val, it is a privilege to know you. I remember the first time I met you at her granddad's house and shared testimonies, and it's been a real honour. And the scripture came to mind. I can't quote it verbatim, but when Peter got delivered out of the angel of the Lord took him out of prison, and he went to where the saints were praying, and he got led into the house, and he said that the Lord had delivered him from the expectation of the Jews that he'd be killed. And just like Christine was saying, the Lord is many things have. The Lord has delivered us from the expectation of the devil because He put it on your heart to pray. And I think only eternity will show the impact of your life in our lives and many people around the world. So God bless you. Love you very much and thank you.
Amen.
don't really know what to say, but it's been a long time. I've known Sister Val since I was about that high, the early 1960s, and travelling up the North Island with both her sons sometime or other to church camps and so forth. And it was always fun to go out to Mosgiel and get up to mischief with your boys and stuff. And it's just it's been a long time, and to find that after all these years we're in the same fellowship. Praise the Lord.
Amen. Amen.
It's not so much me, but my mother, when she was alive, she was very good friends with Sister Val. Would be about 40 years ago now.
Yeah, 1978.
That's right. And she went to Gisborne with you, I believe, and also had fellowship here. So my testimony is, it's not how we start the race,
Amen.
but how we finish. We'll finish it very well. God bless you.
Yeah.
Something I don't know which can't explain it. Most of you wouldn't know that.
I'll hold the mic and you can talk into it.
Most of you will know that, or some of you may know that Val virtually brought me up as a youngster. My mum wasn't very well after the birth of my younger brother. And Val was only 14 when she left school. And looked after, not just me, but my other two brothers who are no longer with us, and my mum and dad. So you've been real well. Been a privilege to have you as a sister.
Amen.
And as a good friend.
Amen.
Yes. Thank you.
At work I've got Sister Val, my nana, and people say, your nana's still alive. And I said, yeah, she's still alive. My nana, she's my sister. And when Judy and I came to the message about 5 years ago, Sister Val was one of the first people that we met, and one of the things I realised was that she's a very discerning person. And you know, it was through that commitment that she has to this message. She's always said, you know, I don't know what I can do, Well, look around and see what you've done. You know, this is what you've done. This is how the Lord has used you in your days, Sister Val. And I want to say we love you and really appreciate what you've done. And yeah, everything that you've done will bring an eternity, that's for sure. And we can't wait to get there. And we're not saying you're going before us, but we want to go with you. You know, and so we love you. I know there's plenty of people that would like to say other things here too as well, but you know, we're just one little seed, you know, that you have sown, and we've just taken off, you know, and we've just accepted everything that the prophet has said. So God bless you. We love you.
I just want to say, Sister Val, I haven't known you very long, but you were such an encouragement to me. You remind me of my mum, and she loved the Lord. And I just look at you and see the Lord beaming out of you, and you're just so precious. I just wanted to say how much I love you.
Thank you, Val, for being such a wonderful mentor to me, and we really do love you dearly, and you've been so good to Bruce and I, and we just love you very, very much. God bless you.
I have known Granny Val probably for shorter than any of you here, but she has been such a blessing in my life, and I just want to thank her and thank the Lord, because she was a tremendous blessing in my life, and I just treasure every moment I spent with you. God bless you. Love you all.
Val, I love you very, very much. You've been there for us right from when we came. We've had Bible studies at your place, we've listened to messages, you've corrected us, you've been a real mum to us, and today we love you very, very much. I love you forever.
We love you, Sister Val. Thank you. I mentioned to you earlier, but I'll say it in front of everyone. Thank you for making me feel at home in New Zealand and being so welcoming and warm and praying for us all. And your life has impacted many lives, and You said all you can do is pray, but praying is so powerful. And we each one here could probably, if we each one spoke, and we could, but your prayers, though, have impacted our lives, and we love you and we need you. And we just appreciate
Don't leave us.
so much. And it's a joy today to celebrate your 90th birthday. And we just want to give you a bouquet of lovely words because you deserve them. And we just appreciate you more than words can ever say. God bless you.
As you can see, the board up here goes way back. Back to when the boys were quite young here. And this is our photo here. We met Val in 1978, I believe it was, for Minnow Frisians Convention. And the other older lady there was Sister Dickie from Mosgill. And here she is here again. So we go back quite a way with her. And I'm not sure the dates of when you actually moved to Christchurch. Do you remember when you actually moved to Christchurch? Because you're in Mosgill when we first met you. And your husband was still alive and everything. And she moved to Christchurch, and then about in the mid-90s she started to attend the church here, and then felt led to move to Nelson. And so she was up there. That's why we have one Nelsonian that's come down, and she was there for a number of years, and then she moved back and moved on to Ahoka Street down here, and was with us there at Ahoka Street. Now, I don't mean to sound like a eulogy, but you know, it is a little bit of history. And Case would be another one that would have, and Francie, you guys would have known her for all those years as well, back in the late 70s. And so I was thinking, you know, what sort of character qualities could we examine? And really, the character qualities are really too numerous. Truthfulness would probably be one of the first ones I would pick. And she's always had a love for the truth. And she's always wanted to share that with everybody, whether it's a DVD. In the old days, it was a reel-to-reel tape, and then it went to a cassette tape, and then it went to a VCR, and then it went to a DVD. And so she was always willing to share, and even to your cousin over in Australia, you've just sent a book over to him to help him along his way. And so she's always had that truthfulness as one of her major qualities. Another thing is her enthusiasm. You know, her enthusiasm was always, you know, she's probably one of the first ones that gets here on Sunday morning, and you can always count on her, and we always have her seat, you know. They haven't got a plaque there for her, but everybody knows where her seat is, right? And nobody takes her seat, that's her seat. And so, you know, we can see that enthusiasm that comes through all the time. And then, along with enthusiasm, you've got dependability. And in that dependability, there's been very few times that she's stayed home, and usually it's only because of illness or something that she would not be able to be here with us in church. And then there's a determination that you see in her that hangs on, you know, no matter when the going gets tough, she gets going. And that's what you guys have expressed with the fact that you know that you felt that she's been praying for you and praying about you, and that's because of her determination. And the availability then would be another character quality that we could rely upon her for, because she was always available. You could give her a ring and immediately she would answer and respond to you, and if you needed prayer, you needed a little word of encouragement, she was there to be able to give that word of encouragement to you. And then I've noticed there's also a caution, that she's very cautious about, you know, if something's not quite right, she'll come to me. What do you think? And I think, okay, let's look at this. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, with the snow on the top, we've been around the block a while. And so, you know, with that comes experience, and you learn by experience what could be happening. And so I've had words of caution from her from time to time, which I've appreciated, that she's given me that, felt that she could say to me, what do you think about this? and so we would discuss it. And probably the last one that I could look at would be her wisdom. And her wisdom is something that, once again, comes with years. You know, when we were young, we did things foolishly. Most of us did, anyway. And yet, as you get older, you learn that you don't go down those trails any longer. You don't go down that path. And wisdom is a tremendous thing. And you can count on, if you need something, you can count on asking her, and she would, with wisdom, give you the answer of what you would be looking for. And so these are just a few of the character qualities that I thought of. Now, I've got a little groupie, a little homemade quartet, and so we're gonna do a little song that we picked up off the internet, and we've done it about 5 times. So if we don't get it right, you'll forgive us, right? Yep. So I call my quartet up.
What, Dad?
Can you just pose with it a second?
Oh, is this how I'm cutting? What did you say?
Just a couple.
Oh, this is going to go viral, I know.
Yes, I think so too. There we go. Thank you so much, everybody. It's just been overwhelming.
Well, it's not very many of us that get tonight. So we can't just let it slide by.
I feel very undeserving of all those words. But anyway, everything I've done, it's just been God's grace in my life. And He gets all the glory for it. It's not me. I'm just a vessel in His hands.
Yes.
Thank you.